What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I'm going to break down what's going on with NIO, Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down what's happening to the market thus far and what you should be watching for as time progresses and how things are looking as we continue going into tomorrow. But before I break anything down all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire NIO community as a whole. So the question is, what's going on with the market? Right now, the market is quite indecisive. We have some stocks showing some nice strength, such as Tesla, as Tesla's pushing up very nicely. But other stocks, such as SPY, are still quite indecisive. And even if they do have some more upside potential, I still anticipate some selling to be coming for the first 2 weeks or so of December, at least approaching the FOMC meeting. But that does not necessarily mean we have to sell off immediately. The market could still have some more upside coming. We just want to be patient when looking at it, at least for like the next couple of days before the real selling starts. And I think that there are going to be a lot of shorting opportunities coming, at least for the broader markets. But looking at NIO looks like it's showing a lot of life. We have a nice bullish divergence on the 4 hour, also on the daily charts. And I think that there's going to be potential for a bounce to be coming very, very soon. But anyways, I want to talk about some other stocks out there and something else that's going on first before I break down NIO. Starting off, I just want to remind everyone that for tomorrow, we have some very important data. We have the GDP numbers coming out for the second quarter, some new estimates, and we'll see how this ends up affecting the markets. This is coming out an hour before the market opens. And then later on, we have the estimates for the PCE reports and a bunch of Fed speakers later on for tomorrow. Nothing too significant though, just the GDP numbers could cause some volatility. There's no guarantee it causes the market to sell off just yet, so we'll just have to wait a little bit longer. But going into Thursday, we have PCE, initial jobless claims, and some Fed speakers. And then for Friday, we have Jerome Powell's speech and the ISM manufacturing data. This could be the catalyst right here, the ISM manufacturing numbers. This could be what causes the market to shift because generally a lot of these cycles tend to shift during the months. We have this data starting off the month with Powell's speech. There's a real possibility that this could cause the market to start selling off. And maybe Jerome Powell could contribute as well. So Friday is when things should change, especially going into the week after. And then we'll see what happens for the next couple of days. If we get another pump for like the S&P 500 or SPY, in my opinion, although I'm not giving financial advice, I think that some really nice shorting opportunities could be coming. But we'll have to see if we get one more pump or not. We'll be watching the chart very carefully nonetheless. Looking at the markets, I just want to call out that for earnings, we don't really have anything too big. We just have like Intuit and just a couple of others for Tuesday. But for Wednesday, we have Foot Locker, Dollar Tree, Salesforce, and just a few others. Thursday's when we have TD Bank and then Dell. And the list goes on from there. As far as NIO goes, NIO has signed an agreement on battery swapping. Both companies will come together to formulate standards for swappable batteries, and that's once again very important for their network, for them to develop new vehicles that are swappable and to use efficient mechanisms for building these batteries and just using them. So for NIO, what do I think about this for the short term? The short term is a little bit tricky because we're going to be waiting for more updates. Pretty soon, NIO is going to be tweeting about their deliveries over the next couple of days, and we'll watch to see if anything new has come. If not, then it is what it is. And if NIO ends up not basically announcing anything too significant, this could also hurt them. So we'll see what happens with deliveries. I'm optimistic. I think they should do well. And then earnings is going to be coming out most likely next week for them, I think on December 5th. So we'll be watching to see how they do. I think that the chart is very oversold and it's due for a bounce. And it could be a nice buying opportunity where we're currently at. And I think there's a lot of potential in the stock anyways. Wednesdays tend to be green about 56% of the time, which is not bad whatsoever. January is going to be very strong for the stock. December's are kind of in the middle. November's going to be decent. This November has been a week for NIO, but I think that there could be some nice potential coming soon. As far as the volume and other factors go, on average, volume is about 39 million, and today volume was at 48 million almost. So it had good volume, and we're starting to see some buyers that defended at the $7 area, which is historically where we have this support. So what do I see for the market? Here's my simple answer, guys. If you look at the way SPY is looking, right, we have this very interesting looking pattern. We managed to actually get back above our little channel right here. And I think that it's very, very simple what SPY is going to do. It's very simple, okay? This thing could hover in this range in the 455s for a little bit longer. for another day or two. It could even go a little higher. It is a possibility. Not going to promise it, but it's possible. This thing tries to break out, a little bit higher. But even if that happens, I don't trust it. I'm not going to be super, super bullish for long. I mentioned that there could be like a bullish move coming, but once again, guys, I don't think it's going to last forever. I just see more potential shorting opportunities at these levels. That's at least what I'm going to be doing because I anticipate there's going to be a very healthy pullback coming back down to fill at least one of our gaps, if not all the way back down to 445 over the next 2 weeks. It could even drop lower than that. I anticipate some downside, and I think we're due for it. And I think that what could kick off the downside may not happen for a couple of days. PCE is likely going to be decent. The market might like that, but Friday is when things could change with the ISM numbers and then Powell giving a speech. So I think the market may hold up for a couple more days, but there's going to likely be downside. And I think that if we get more pops, I see that as just like another shorting opportunity. I also think that Tesla could pump higher. If it keeps breaking 250, this thing is going to be on its way towards 260. That's going to be our next main level. There's definitely room for it to pump. We have a nice cup and handle like formation. We have this imbalance towards this 250 area now that's coming next. If we manage to continue pushing, you're going to be watching for, as the daily looks bullish, you're going to be watching for 252. Next level is going to be 260. I can see Tesla pushing higher. It looks bullish, approaching the Cybertruck event. But do not fully trust that Tesla is going to explode forever. Tesla could pump and pump and pump approaching the event, and things could change afterwards. The events for Tesla for the Cybertruck is going to be on Thursday, November 30th at 1 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you're prepared for that just to be safe. For the QQQ, I think it's going to be just like SPY. This thing could hold up for a bit. It could even try to push higher. But I don't trust it. I don't trust buying at these high levels. I think what's going to happen is, and this is not financial advice, but either here we're in a topping process, it's going to last a few more days, or it pushes one more time, tries to break this high one more time, and then we establish a quadruple bearish divergence for a very good short opportunity. It's just going to be dropping. I think anywhere from 390 to like 395, anywhere in that range is like really good for long-term shorting, at least for like a few weeks out. And I think that's this is going to be just another opportunity. So, in my opinion, I think that there's potential for downside. And I think that if we hold up for another couple of days, it's going to be okay. Just another shorting opportunity is what I'm seeing. Nvidia is looking a little weak right now. I think that Nvidia could have more downside coming. We actually managed to close very, very low below 480, which is a sign of weakness. But we could see Nvidia attempt to bounce. There could be one push up towards our 50 EMA again towards 483, then a rejection. And I think that if we end up losing 474, watch it come down towards 468. And if that fails us, it's going to come down to 461 to test the 4-hour 200 EMA. The trend is still bearish. We're making lower highs and lower lows. We could attempt to bounce a little bit and then reject. But I think that by December, we're going to see more downside. Same thing with Microsoft. Besides that, we have Aapl coming next before I talk about NIO. Aapl, in my opinion, the trend is still bearish. We have like a head and shoulders that's slanted right here. Could pop a little bit more. Could get a fake pump. But remember, the quadruple bearish divergence is not lying. This trend is looking bearish. If we lose 188, I'm going to turn more bearish for a move down to 185. We might pop a little bit more. Could pop a bit more one more time. I just see another shorting opportunity, and I think Apple's going to eventually break down towards 185 within the next couple of weeks. So what does this mean for NIO? I know the market's looking a little weaker, but the market may hold up for a few more days, and that tells me that NIO might try to hold up too. And we'll be watching to see how the deliveries look. I want to note that we have a bullish divergence developing on the charts. We have an inverse head and shoulders like structure. I think that NIO could bounce here and start pushing back up towards 7.45. We're currently right here. This could be a glitch, or maybe there was some kind of news that came causing this wick. But you can see, there is interest in the stock. We have a nice wick, potential reversal signal. I think that the chart looks like it wants to bounce, especially on the daily. And when you look at the chart, we have a bullish divergence, a triple bullish divergence developing on both sides. And we have earnings in just a couple of days, not to mention deliveries just 2 days from now, actually like 3 days. So I think the odds favor the upside for NIO. We have this gap to fill up here around 7.4. I think it's going to push up to 7.5 again. And I think that this stock has a lot of potential to bounce. Now we'll be watching to see how earnings look, but I think that going into tomorrow, we might see some upside. Watch for 7.5. It might shop a little bit as well, but I think that there's going to be a little upside approaching its deliveries. Deliveries will set the tone for Friday, and then going into next week, it's going to be all about earnings. The chart looks like it wants to bounce, so I think that this could bounce very, very soon. And we'll be watching this very, very carefully for the timing. Anyways, that's it for this one. Thank you all so much for listening. Hope this video was helpful. Have a great day, and peace out.